Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to my apostles and bishops of Great Millstone. Salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel. This is your brother Kassad, and I wanted to bring out a few scriptures dealing with the headlines of this article from activistpost.com, which is entitled U.S. Debt Rises Above 33 Trillion for the first time, soars by 1 trillion in 3 months. So currently the U.S. dollar is surging in debt. It just reached 33 trillion. Okay, it said it's going up by a rate of 1 trillion in 3 months. Okay, and that's an extreme level of debt at that rate. Okay, we know that we're in times of inflation, which is going to lead to hyperinflation, de-dollarization amongst these other nations, such as the BRICS alliance, and some of those EU members trying to creep up in there. Okay, NATO EU members trying to creep up in there, that is. Okay, so we're seeing a downfall and decline of the U.S. dollar, and it's all according to the Bible. All right, so we're going to read probably just this first paragraph and then go right into the precepts. It says, on September 6th, when looking at the latest daily debt numbers, we predicted that that total U.S. debt would hit the very special, at least for Masons, number 33 in 2 weeks. Okay, we know that the Masons deal with the number 33. Okay, that's these Masons, they're the ones that actually running things. That's synonymous with the elites. All right, because they're the so-called Illuminati. They're the highest level Freemasons, man. The so-called Illuminati. Okay, and they're the ones that's known as the shadow government. They got different names for them, all right? But you could call them the elites, all right? And they're the ones controlling everything, man, behind the scenes. Okay? They control the money, and their system is coming to an end. What they're trying to do is they're going to collapse this economy, this U.S. dollar, and they're trying to bring in the new system, which that's going into the New World Order. Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to get the precepts that I have. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yeah. This is talking about Esau Edom. And Esau Edom today is these so-called white people. Okay, and there's a hierarchy amongst them. As I said earlier, the so-called Illuminati is at the highest ranking Edomites. All right, they're worth reportedly trillions of dollars. Okay, and we're living, like the scriptures say, Esau is the end of the world. All right, so Esau is ruling in these last days, right before the coming of the Lord Yahweh Shai. Okay, just like Daniel's 2nd chapter. All right, we're at the feet of that statue that Nebuchadnezzar saw in his dream, which the feet is the end of a thing. All right, the feet represent the end. All right, the toes mixed with part iron and miry clay. Okay, which is dealing with the rulership here in America and the power structure, which goes back to ancient Rome, consisted of NATO and the EU. All right, the Most High is about to destroy this kingdom. All right, but his soul is not upright. It's talking about Esau Edom. Okay. Yeah, and the precept to that is Psalms 58 and 3. It said the wicked are estranged from the womb. Okay. Also, the scriptures tell you in the origins of Esau in the book of Genesis, I believe it's the 25th chapter, that Esau, like when the prophet spoke to Rebekah when she inquired of the Lord through a prophet, the prophet told her that the two nations and two manners of people shall be separated from thy bowels. All right, one was righteous and one was wicked, and that's going back to Malachi, the first chapter as well. All right, it says but the just shall live by his faith, and that's the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. And the faith goes back to faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because that's how they're gonna be saved, through faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 5, it says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Yeah, it's talking about Esau. All right, his wine is his philosophies. All right, democracy, his ideologies. Okay, you know, these different religions that he allows to be practiced in his kingdom. Because in our kingdom, there ain't gonna be no religions being practiced. Okay, in the kingdom of heaven, according to the Bible, all nations gonna keep the law, statutes, and commandments and worship Yahweh Shem Yahushai. The Lord ain't gonna be dealing with them. However, they're gonna be under us, under captivity, under us, and in subjection under us. They're gonna be an inheritance for us. Lord willing, we be of the elect. Okay. Yeah, and he can't keep at home. All right. There's hundreds of military bases all around the world. Okay. And he's over there trying to steal people's resources. It says, who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied. Yeah, anywhere Esau goes, death follows, destruction follows, man. Destruction of the defiling the natural environment, defiling the living creatures amongst it. That's what Esau does. Okay. He defiled the clouds, man. He defiled the air. He defiled the water. Okay. This man is truly as death. It says, and cannot be satisfied. Yeah, and he can't be satisfied. All right. The scriptures talk about the parable of Lazarus, how the rich man and Lazarus, how Lazarus was catching hell and he was in poverty. And the rich man didn't show no mercy unto Lazarus. But then when it was time for the rich man to receive his judgment, he wanted mercy. But here it is, he didn't show no mercy. And they're at the time right now where they have the fatness of the earth. They have all their heart could wish, like the scriptures say, man. They have all their hearts could wish. Not only that, but like the scriptures say, I'm quoting the parable of Lazarus. It said that the rich man, you received your goodly things, but that's not enough for you, man, because he can't never be satisfied. That's why they want to put a CHIP inside the bodies of people, as well as creatures, animals, and so forth and so on, man. Okay. It said, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. His summits, which is the governments, the heads of these different nations coming together for meeting amongst the United Nations, all right, or their personal alliances. Okay. It says, Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6, shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him? That's these nations that's in cahoots, or that's in bed, so to speak, with the nation of Edom here in America, because that's what's talking about. It says, because America is prophesied to be destroyed by nuclear destruction, according to the Bible. It says, shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. It says, how long? and to him that layeth himself with thick clay. Yeah. And when you look up the word thick clay, the word for thick clay is ibat yat, which it means, let me get the definition. Thick clay, ibat yat. Bear with me for a second. Looking for the definition. It says from H5670 something pledged, collectively pawned, thick clay, which, oh, here it is. Weight of pledges, heavy depths. Because I was about to say, it used to say heavy depths, but that's what it's talking about, the heavy depths of the American government, okay, of Esau Edom. Yeah, he laid himself with thick clay, that heavy debt. As we had an example of the scripture here through this article, how America's in debt 33 trillion. All right, because their currency is not backed by real money. It's not backed by a precious substance. All right. It's Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 9. It says, "We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, every one into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies." All right. So America will never become great again. It will never flourish again. Okay, the state of America right now, we're in a recession/depression. Okay, we're on the brink of an economic collapse. They're talking about government shutdowns and potential lockdowns, dealing with the you-know-what. This is all happening simultaneously. All right, and they're also prepping the way for the new system, which that's going into the New World Order, which they eventually want to bring in that RFID CHIP. Okay, but they got to do away with this old system, and this dollar has to collapse, which is, it's collapsing at a rapid rate, as we just read in the article. $1 trillion of debt added every 3 months. That number is probably going to increase. Okay. Yeah, but this dollar is on the brink of collapsing. All right, and it's going to be a rough transition. People think that when the dollar collapses, they're just going to bring this new system of a cashless society. All right, and it's just going to be smooth sailing. It ain't going to be smooth sailing. It's going to be a rough transition. It's going to be uproars in the streets, like the scriptures say. It's going to be chaos in the streets. All right, it's going to be sedition among men, and this is all prophecy found in the Bible. When Revelation 6, which we're seeing the beginning stages of the black horse, come to pass, but when it comes to pass at a full force, in which we talking about a loaf of bread might cost $1,000, then you gonna know that that the time of Jacob's trouble is here. Okay. This is all synonymous, man. So we're gonna continue to watch on and see how this thing unfolds, man. This economic collapse and the ushering in of this new system, this new world order, which Esau's new world order, according to the Bible, Job the 20th chapter, is going to fail. All right. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. With that, I'm gonna say